Hello, hello, hello! This is Fall for the Great 64, and welcome to my Pocket Dimension. I have some things I'd like to say about Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake. It's still wild to me that it's even happening, and it's coming out this month. I'm so hyped. But people are being killjoys. People are saying it's the end of the world because this game is 30 FPS instead of 60. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about why that's bullshit. Okay? Everyone's saying, oh, because the original was 60, this one has no excuse. It's a downgrade. Don't buy this slop. Come on. Come on now. It should be obvious why that's bullshit, but I'm gonna break it down anyway, okay? So, the original Thousand Year Door, yes, it was 60 FPS, and it was great. And you know what? It would be great if the remake was 60 FPS too, okay? I'm not saying that wouldn't be better. But it's an understandable sacrifice to make when you consider that the original wasn't really a super graphically intensive game even for the GameCube. It had a beautiful art style, and a very stylized, beautiful pop-up art style, but it wasn't graphically intensive. It didn't have like fancy lighting, it didn't even have complex models. It was very stylized, a lot of 2D graphics with flat shading, you know. Compare that to this remake, which is clearly using the engine from Origami King. And Origami King, by the way, was also 30 FPS, and I didn't really see any outrage about that. And the thing that makes both Origami King, even Color Splash, and the Thousand Year Door remake different from the original Thousand Year Door graphically is the advanced lighting, the advanced materials, the advanced basically everything. The world looks like it's actually crafted out of paper. There's so many materials. There's even like reflective materials that I don't even remember if Origami King even had that. I feel like I don't remember anything where there was like a real reflection. There were shiny things, but I don't remember seeing anything that had a real reflection. I could be wrong though. But the Thousand Year Door does have reflective materials where you actually see the reflection of your character on the ground and stuff, and also the mirror in the shower room with Peach is actually reflective. And combine that with the fact that Thousand Year Door, I think, is even more graphically intensive than Origami King, because in Origami King, each character was one sprite. Each character was like one plane, one sprite. In Thousand Year Door, they're layered, so by default, there's more polygons on each character. But then there's also the massive crowds of characters that are in Thousand Year Door. And they actually pulled it off. They made it look really nice. The crowd in the Glitz Pit, the Dull Bones in Hooktail Castle, it all looks so nice. It doesn't look like they made anything lower res or took any shortcuts. That would have been what they needed to do if they were going to make it 60 FPS. And even then, it probably wouldn't have been a stable 60 FPS. So I think it's a worthy sacrifice for how beautiful they made this game look. Like, this is not a GameCube game on the Switch. They didn't just port the original game. Like, yeah, it would be nice if they could make it 60 FPS. You know, I hope that for the Switch 2, because that's most likely going to be backwards compatible, I hope that for the Switch 2 they actually allow that. Like, if you put certain older Switch games into it, they run at a higher frame rate. That would be a nice bonus, okay? If you play Thousand Year Door on the Switch 2 at 60 FPS, that would be a nice bonus. Whether they do it or not, I'm not gonna think it's the end of the world if they don't, but that would be a nice bonus if they did do that. I'm not saying that I don't want them to do that, okay? I'm saying on the Switch, this really isn't the end of the world. This is normal. This is the way Origami King was. I don't understand why everyone is saying, oh, because the GameCube game on the GameCube that didn't even have super advanced graphics was 60 FPS, therefore I'm not buying this if this doesn't have 60 FPS. It's such a stupid thing to basically hinge your entire perception of the game on. Like, oh, whether the game is good or not hinges on whether or not it's 60 FPS. Come on, dude. Come on. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't even have to be making this video. I shouldn't even have to be explaining this, but hey, the dude bros are all over the place, acting like this is a huge deal and it's going to make them not buy the game. This argument goes hand in hand with the it's just a pretty remaster. they're throwing an old game on there, it's filler. Come on, dude. They rebuilt this game from the ground up to live up to graphical standards of the modern day while still keeping Thousand Year Door's charm. Nothing about this remake is inherently lesser than a brand new game. And especially because for so many people, this is going to be their first time experiencing this game, so it would literally be no different than a new game. So, I don't get it. But, anyway, that's all for this. I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. Are you excited for the Thousand Year Door remake? I know I am. I'm going to be playing it on launch. So, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace out.